Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 10 of this Jurassic World Evolution 2 Let's Play. In this video we're going to be building the valley, so this is where we're going to I'm not going to say inhabit, place all our herbivores, and we're going to kind of check a working ecosystem. In this video we're going to mainly focus on getting the area done, because this is quite a hefty project. We're going to need, that's off. We're going to need to do quite a lot for it, and I think it'll be best if we, in this episode, just focus on getting most of the habitat done and the ecosystem up, and then maybe in the next episode or something like that we can get the actual thing done. That's kind of my plan, to get this done, because I want this to go as smoothly as possible, preferably, and I also want it to look the best and almost work. I want there to be quality access points, and I also want there to be just generally works. So that's why I'm going to probably end up splitting this down into 2 episodes. So I've got this path. It's very difficult to try and figure out how we're going to do, because normally we do it based off of there. So I don't know how, and I suppose it would be good to start with, if I start with this corner, I can use this as an outline. So we're roughly going to start it, if we look how much room, it's going to be quite big. So I suppose we'll start in this corner, and I feel like placing it here, and we almost need to, it's going to be really awkward because I don't have gridlock on, I don't think. Yeah, because the thing is, I may be wrong. There's no such thing as gridlock, so we effectively just have to figure this out for myself. And I think I've done a pretty good job here at keeping it smooth. It doesn't look to go off, which is good. How far? Oh god, we have not made any progress. Okay, these are quite expensive as well. I think we've actually done a really good job at keeping this parallel. Obviously not all of the part runs parallel. I apologise for that. It's just very hard to do without any gridlock. So if I go on here and I go on, not that one, not that one, not that one. I'll get there eventually. That one. Oh wow, that was awful, right? Okay. Gosh, that's really noticeably on an angle as well. I think we have to correct that, don't we? I'm gonna hit no end of comments saying that, aren't I? Ooh. Okay. This is gonna be the most long and tedious process of my life. Just to please you guys and myself. We're just gonna go along and spam it. So I started to go wide, so I got the angle completely wrong. Yeah, I'm not even sure this is now running too close. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we're definitely getting closer. I'm not sure actually. Yeah, I think it is, but like, I don't think it's not as noticeable. I mean, that feels pretty good in terms of width of this plate. I mean, I can definitely see slight curving of it, but that's not too bad. I think I'm happy with that in terms of my brain. So unless it triggers all of you, and apologies, it's not going to be perfect. And this park isn't perfect. It's me building what I might my I wouldn't say dream Jurassic Park, but I'm building a version of Jurassic Park that works, stabilizes. Maybe at some point we'll do different ones. We'll do like carnivore only, or we might even do. I can't even think. We'll do one where you decide everything, so all of the dinosaurs will be decided by you, or stuff like that. So, because after this, I reckon this won't be the longest Let's Play ever. So, it will eventually end, and after that, I'd like to carry on playing the game, so you can see what happens. I think I've gone too far there. Let's look. Actually, no, I think that's a reasonable distance. I can effectively now try and link these up as best as I can. I think that's my plan. Because that is going around here and there, and that leaves this corner here for not important, our popular ones, I'd say. That's probably the best way to describe it. So we'll leave that gap there for that. So I feel like that's good. Because we'll also need like viewing galleries in here. We're gonna need. There'll probably be. I don't actually know what there'll be. There'll be quite a lot. Very interesting. I think you guys are gonna like this. So this is gonna be definitely a two-parter because we're 6 minutes in and I haven't even built the enclosure. So no way I'll do all of that stuff. We'll get the actual environment done and we'll try and get most of the other bits done, but yeah. I think it definitely needs to go along more. I think if we do that, and then we bring this one up. Oh, I definitely overshot that. Oh. And no. Can't have it bending. My theory is it's going to be a square. It's just not perfect compared to the outside barrier. But you can't actually see the outside barrier in free view, so my kind of theory is it doesn't matter much. As long as it's a square, you guys won't shout at me in the comments. It'll be equal on both sides, trust me. And we delete that, and we have a nice square. See how it looks? There you go, yeah, we have a square. It's a square. It looks squarey. It's equal on both sides. Yeah. The square is square, never squared. This is a nice amount of room. It's also, this is incredibly big. A lot bigger than I thought it'd look. I didn't really know what I was thinking. Apparently I wasn't thinking much. We're gonna. This allows us to do some cool water stuff, I think, and we'll probably play around with the hills. So this is effectively going to be maybe 20 minutes, half an hour of me trying to build a working stable ecosystem. So I think we kind of want a river. Do I do in the middle as kind of like a watering hole with an island? Would that look cool? And then maybe rivers come through. I mean, we can only find out. So if we do this, and then we get the bigger one, and we kind of go ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's do that. Then we do that. Then we get a little bit here. It kind of goes up here and woo. Ooh. 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 There you go. We keep this like little line in the middle. And then what we can do is we can go here and create like a bit here maybe. And then come here. Make a bit here that kind of goes in there like that. That kind of looks good. And then kind of come up from here. We can go in here and Make a nice little bit here. I think that's kind of good. I mean, I want to keep, so I'll keep this corner for the hill. We need to remove the trees in this thing because I don't like the fact that it creeps in, so we'll effectively just go here. We are deforesting to reforest because I want this to. I'm not really a perfectionist, but I like to make this best as I can. I think by that you almost need to clean slate stuff and then reslate it. I've actually done a mock-up of this before. It works quite well. But obviously I'll be picking specific species that will work together, and I'll be picking not all of them. I'll probably be picking some interesting ones that maybe you haven't seen before, or maybe you have seen before. It's going to be very interesting, and I hope I can create something great for you guys. That's my goal at least. But here, if we can almost, yeah, see that we can raise terrain. If I keep just raise it here, I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm really experimenting with this hill. Is that too high? It might be too high. Lower the slope. Yeah, I think. Oh, I can flatten it. Ooh, that's quite cool. No, the clouds. Oh, great. Colorblind me can't see the texture on this. Won't you please be my happy? Oh yeah. It's nice, hilly environment. We can effectively just flatten it off at the top. The track is something quite unique, interesting, and mainly just for the dinosaurs to use. This is all about trying to make it, firstly, try to get as many visitors as we can, but also, you know, we want to make it like an environment for the dinosaurs. Like, we don't want to be making anything crazy. And I'm hoping this like hill will just be something different, you know. We can smooth it off, flatten it. I'm quite happy with that. I think it adds something. I'm hoping it does. Should be like a natural slope to it. Anyway, oh, I do like the water. I think that looks quite nice with that there. We now need to fit kind of what type of forest one. So these kind of feel a little small. I can't even think, what does this look like? Oh, I like that. What about gaseous ground cover? See, that's the main forest. And then this is the basic forest. Want taller trees. Oh. I think I could do something where I mix them. So let's just clean slate this. And we'll effectively be using the bottom one. I don't think I can go through the others, but I don't know if there's anything fruit and ornament shrubs. Yes, this one had tool leaf, tool fiber, and forest. So we'll give us a mix. So I think we'll start by maybe going with some timber here, and it's going to be very random. So we'll effectively just add patches around like this, and we'll try to do some mixing of different landscape and different environments. And that's effectively what we're going to try to do with it. So we're effectively adding all of this kind of in a rough shape. And we'll even go a bit up there. I mean, I don't want this too covered, but yeah, I want to be able to see the hill. I also want them to utilize it, so we can effectively do that. We can kind of go in here. I like how there's a perimeter to it, so you can kind of walk around. So effectively, we got that. And then we need to kind of come in with our forest. We need to, not in the gaps, but kind of, I mean, we are going to go back and we're going to add some like natural gaps to it. We kind of now got to go through, and where it's like quite heavy, we effectively break it up by adding a bunch of this. Which, as you can see, creates this nice scattered effect, different types of trees, and that, and I really like it. And then, oh, I have to remember which one we've added. I don't know if you can hear my controller spamming. Okay, and then I believe it's these. Pretty sure it's this. No, I kind of want this smaller. I want this to be a fine. Maybe a bit bigger than that. And I almost just want this to be the fine tuning. I mean, not fine tuning, because we're effectively, like most things in like biology and like nature, we're effectively adding the bulk bit of it, and then we're gradually going to go refine. I mean, like here, I think this is quite cool, the different trees you can see. I just think, firstly, it allows us to add a range of diverse of creatures, and secondly, it creates a great mix. I mean, you don't want to be looking at one type of tree for this type of environment. There's so much space, and if we put one type of tree, it would look very kind of static. And this creates pretty much, it just makes it look a little bit more alive, I think. I mean, when making your own one, you can choose to add different types of trees there, but it breaks up the view quite nicely, I think. And then we kind of go through, and then we create natural gaps between it. So like here, there's a bit of a gap here, open space, and then you kind of walk through and go, okay, there'll be a small bit here, there'll be maybe a bit there, might be a bit of open space here, and then kind of a bit maybe open space here. There's definitely open space there, that's going to be open space here, maybe a bit of open space there, open space there, maybe open space here, maybe some open space here leading outwards, maybe some open space there, maybe some open space there, maybe some open spaces here and here, and then we get back, there's just a little bit more, and then here, there's a bit of open space there, and a bit of there, and a bit there, and kind of when you walk around, you can see there's trees, there's shrubbery, it looks very nice. I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. And now we can do this midland. I don't want it to be too, like, over the top. So we're going to start by adding these leafy climbers. This will be the majority of it. This will kind of create like a nice grassy base, like add texture to it. And we can come in with this small forest and in small areas. You can go, ooh, yeah, look, there's a big tree here. Ooh, there's some bigger trees here. Ooh, look, more big trees. And then more trees, and then more trees. And okay, it needs to be a bit bigger than that. It's not really creating much. And ooh, trees. Yeah. And we can kind of go with these. I know these were quite small. I'm kind of hoping that maybe, yeah, you get the occasional. There you go. I think that looks quite nice. Oh, I'm quite happy with that. This looks amazing, I think. Yeah. I think we kind of need to now decide where we're going to put our viewing platform. I think with this one, if you can remember from Jurassic World Dominion, they obviously had a lot of. Oh, it's not on here. I wanted one of the ones a bit. I thought they had them. I suppose. That one requires a path. I thought there was more underground ones that you could get. It's the log. But I mean, what we could do is we could always place this here. It gives a view of that. It's like there, and then this is good. Give us, yeah, it gives us a freaking limit, doesn't it? I can't. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Ooh, ooh, nice. This ruins my plans. Okay, we'll cancel that. And that's created a really unnatural environment here. So we'll go with. Actually, we'll go with someone. Go with someone else. I should break up the place. I'm kind of thinking in my head, if we put one here, you will get a view of. But again, not far enough. Actually, we can just make it water there. It kind of was, actually. I mean, oh, that's where you're going with mine. Oh, well. Screw you guys. I'm not joking. I'm joking. I apologize for that. Screw anyone who decides to tell me I can't do what I'm doing. Because I like what I'm doing. Quiet Lagoon. Oh, you can do one of these. This is slightly more subtle. But we kind of use the log now. We kind of have to use the log. No, I wanted the log. Where's the log? Log. There you go. Now we can maybe put one. I kind of want to do it in the obscure, like here. It's like we can get a nice view of the water, and that would be a nice view there. And we can effectively come here and we'll create a side street to this. So that's why there, and that's kind of roughly there. And then I suppose we could also do a log here. So kind of log, and I think that would be quite nice there. And then we can extend this to here. And then about there. There you go. We create them. That's the way we want to do it. I mean, I wanted to play around with attraction gyroscope. We've already used that. There's Jurassic Tour. Can build 3 enclosures and aviaries for dinosaur visibility. The altered tour skills improve transport rating. Don't really know if I want to do tours, but I quite like the gyro station. That seems quite cool. And that gives a shot. So all we can actually add is I can't remember if I add that there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can create a nice path. So we effectively will be going around the outside. So that's why I didn't go. That's why I didn't go too far. We're effectively just gonna follow this nicely along. Then we get to a corner and we almost want this. And there, that kind of. Yep. And then if we kind of go. There, that. There we go, and then again, kind of. Good. This is me very much focusing, so I apologize for the lack of audio at this bit. I'm going to carry on talking. I can talk about the futures. Yeah, this gyro valley should be quite cool. Because it will effectively allow us to have more. Because one of the biggest things you could do with this is add stuff like this, because it gets more people. The variety of attraction generates more profit, generates more visitors, and it gives. I always think if you can view these creatures like just wandering without any viewing point, it looks a little bit more natural, and I quite like that. I actually go over a little bit of a hill here, which I think is quite cool, and then curve it, and then we'll kind of also at some point we'll come back in to the environment bit, and we'll and maybe a few more trees because I mean it kind of cuts through. I suppose, yeah. Effectively, you're probably gonna have to look at them for a distance, you know. I mean, it's not necessarily gonna be like a hard core thing. It's just gonna be kind of almost drive around, get a chance to see them. Yeah, this is quite a nice attraction, I think. I don't know how it ends there. So we'll go attach here. And there we go, we have a little track around the edge of there, which I actually just adore. I think that's cool. And then we can oh yeah, we had that there. And then we come here. It's really hard with doing this because I'm trying to make it line up. There you go, we've got kind of 3 bits extending there. Oh, I've done the wrong path, haven't I? Shizer. Oh, you know when you get something quite perfect, not perfect, but how you want it and then it goes wrong. Something like that. Ah, irritating. Irritating indeed. This next episode will be adding dinosaurs and adding the, what's it called? The like the anemones, amities, and then yeah, I think some of you probably know what I'm talking about. We'll be adding them, and that we'll get that bit done. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen people around. I was kind of hoping. Oh, I haven't added any dinosaurs. That's why. Me wondering why there's any people. Me didn't add any dinosaurs. Oh, that's stupid of me. And then we need to extend this. So I really hope I can keep this with under 30 minutes because that first episode was exactly 30 minutes and that seems to do quite well. You guys enjoyed that. And we keep extend, 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 let it curve, extend, 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 and we'll go to that. And then we go back on attractions, we go on log, we go on. And then we go remove that. And we go on. Here we add that there. And we go tunnel. And there we go, we have a nice, we have 3 stations there, and then we'll also, hopefully, I'm really hoping we can do this. Firstly, I wanna try and add every way to viewing. apart from the original viewing gallery as I can. So I'm kind of hoping. What I almost want to do is I want to add a zip line and release. I think if we add this here, it will give us a nice view of this area, and then we can just go to path and we can connect this to there, and that creates that. That's all. And then if we go on attractions, we can go on zip line, and if we add one here, we can actually can you not place it over? Oh, I've made it screwed up, guys. It's apparently obstructed by gyrosphere. Oh wait, no, I can place it here. Uh-huh. How did I get it in the fence? How did I get that one in the fence? Rotation. Oh no, I can't place it in the fence. Oh, we'll do that. And then we can extend it across. Yeah, sure, why not? Let me cut. Then we get a nice little zip line, which should show quite a lot. And then we also want to add, kind of, not for symmetry, but just because it feels weird just adding one of these viewing platforms. We'll try and add one maybe, I don't know, here. Could be nice to try and get this angle. Bit over there. Yeah. It was quite out of the way. I turn this around here. Then we do that. Then we go past. Then we go wee. Then we go wee. Then we go. Wee. Then we go. Wee. Then we go. Wee. And then we go wee. And then we go wee. And then we create the extension of that. And there we go. We have built the enclosure like we said we would. So in the next episode, you're going to see us adding dinosaurs, and you're going to see us doing all the amenities and creating this place the awesomest place we can. And I actually love how this turned out. I think we get a nice range because if the gyrospheres will go around the outside, get these kind of middle bits covered by there, you get these edges bit, and you also get this bit covered by that, and then you got a nice little zip line, which will hopefully keep the people happy. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I've loved this, kind of just sitting down, using some of the game features, you know, and kind of just experimenting and trying to create a cool, awesome play. So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you have, consider liking and subscribing to see like more. If you turn on the notification bell to get all updates for any videos I do. And if you haven't already, go back and watch the rest of the series. It's very fun, very interesting. We've done a lot of cool stuff on this series. So I'd appreciate if you all go back and see that. But I want to thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all later. See you guys.